Hello and welcome back to In Pursuit of. I'm continuing my conversation with Gaurang Pathak, Director of Fundraising and Operations at AHAAN Foundation, and he is in pursuit of creating a world where children of marginalized and migrant communities live a life where they can fulfill their life's potential. Welcome back, Gaurang.
Thank you so much.
Pleasure to have you on our show. So, Gaurang, tell me, when and why did Dr. Rashmi start this foundation, and how have you been associated with it?
So, my founder, Dr. Rashmi, my sister, she started this organization in 2013. She herself has been a survivor of abuse and violence, which I believe that no other girl should go through. But she had a mother who stood beside her, and Dr. Rashmi is in herself a very courageous woman who thought that she has to do something as a citizen of this country to help other girls who are going through the similar scenarios. So when she visited one of the tribal areas wherein she saw that one of the father was selling her his own daughter, she said that she is really not fulfilling her responsibility as a citizen. She had to do something. And so she quit her corporate job and she started off working at the grassroots level. And then later on, she started off AHAAN Foundation for Social Change. Now, I have been associated with this organization and her mission from the day one, when we didn't even have the visiting card or any kind of website. But she's the one who took it from 0 to 1. And so for me as an individual, I really wanted to support this cause. I have been working in the corporate sector for the past 15 years, traveled across the globe, worked with some of the sharpest minds in the business. But I always had this feeling that my life's equation is somewhat unbalanced. And therefore, I just thought that I should come back from being just a passive supporter of the cause to playing a more active role.
We need the power of our youthful audience and their questions to take our mission of sharing journeys and experiences to everyone. Please do write in with your questions, and we'll make sure that we ask our guests those. Today, we have Anita asking your questions to our guest.
आपने जैसे बताया कि काफ़ी बच्चों के पापा जो है वो बहुत ड्रंक रहते हैं एंड काफ़ी प्रॉब्लम्स क्रिएट करते हैं, तो आप उन प्रॉब्लम्स को कैसे हैंडल करते हैं?
That is indeed a very complex question, but I'll try to answer. So when we are dealing with alcoholic parents, the areas where we work, even the mothers are alcoholic. In fact, they are selling the homemade liquors, which we call hadiya also in Jharkhand. The girls, young girls, 6 years, 7 years, 10 years, they have grown up seeing their parents making it, consuming it, selling it, right? So for us, we have to take a multi-pronged approach to take them away from that scenario wherein alcohol is a major part of their celebrations or failures. First, we need to sensitize the kid who is coming there about the ill effects, about the XYZ things which is happening around it. We try to educate the mothers as well as the fathers about what kind of harm it is doing to them and to their child. And it is a slow and a gradual process. But slowly and gradually, if we are able to show them a better alternative, an alternate reality where they are happier, healthier, where they have a better equation with their daughters, or for that matter, their sons, they would start to gravitate.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
So tell me that this issue that you're working on in Jharkhand with, marginalized communities and migrant communities, is this a gap that you think that the government could technically fill? I'm sure as an NGO working in this space, you guys do have an opinion about what the government could do better.
After 11 years of our work there, after running a lot of centers in the villages there, and after creating a model which could be replicated, now we have replicated the same model in Noida, where we are seeing faster turnaround. And that is because we have been able to invest a lot of time in coming up with this model of change. And for that change, in fact, last year we were also awarded as being the most socially innovative organization in the tribal category.
Wow.
When we are doing this, we have realized that there is no one entity who could be asked to fill this gap. It requires an active participation from the citizens, from the corporations, and from the government. Government cannot be expected to fill this gap all along. We are working at the grassroots level. There are a lot of policies, a lot of programs which have been created by the government, which have truly not been leveraged more effectively by the people for whom it has been intended. And the reason is that, for example, tribal girls, they are not really in a mental capacity to make use of that particular policy which has been crafted by the government.
Someone has to help them.
But at the end of the day, we have to ensure that this last mile connectivity of those policies with the grassroots has to be more effective.
What can I as a citizen do? I mean, I'm not any different from any other citizen in this country, and when I see injustice around me, whether it's, in my neighborhood, etc., what am I supposed to do?
That's a lovely question. And there are multiple things wherein we could think about how we could lend our support. Keep a note of all the good social initiatives being done around you, so that when the time comes wherein you have to help a girl who is in need, who is in distress, you know exactly who to reach out to. How many times do we actually create a repository of good Samaritans with their mobile numbers and email ID whom we can reach out if we see that their girl is in distress? If we are going to a mall and we are seeing that a couple who is enjoying their ice cream is followed by a small 9 or 10-year-old girl from Jharkhand who is pushing the stroller of their babies, we should not rest there. We should walk up and we should talk to the parents as to why they are doing it. Societal pressure is a very strong, potent measure to change these things. Take out some time, maybe 20 minutes, 25 minutes, to just sit with one of the girls in that NGO and talk about what she has been feeling. How she's feeling that the money that they had invested is making a difference in their lives. Read out a story for them. Help them read a story for you. And that is how you would start to make a difference. You don't really have to go out and become, lead a life of a recluse and, leave out everything or the enjoyments of the world. But you can still do a lot.
No, those are lovely ideas, Gaurang, really. I think just creating this directory of good Samaritans, good NGOs, who to reach out to if there's a situation is a superb idea, I think.
So we have to ensure that when we are dealing with such complex societal problems, which cannot be really put in the log framework, which cannot just be put inside a neatly well-decorated compendium or a report or some glossy paper finish photographs. In that scenarios, we have to really ensure that we move towards a scenario wherein trust-based philanthropy exists, wherein we are not really just doing the easy work of going through the reports and saying, oh, the numbers look okay, where the pictures are fantastic, everybody's wearing the t-shirt, they are holding the banners. We have to move away from doing what is easy to doing what is right. And the right way to do it is when you are funding some NGO, not just ask for the report or QBRs, which are extremely important, by the way. Go down unannounced, do a visit, and stand there and soak it all in. Speak with the parents, speak with the person whom that NGO is serving, and you will start to get there is something that human beings have innate ability to judge. They can sense that if something is in the right direction or not. We have to tap into our intuitive power as well, in addition to whatever measures that we are taking through our usual processes of monitoring and evaluation. And that is the kind of mindset that we need in terms of philanthropy today. We have to shift from a strategic philanthropy to a trust-based philanthropy.
Lovely. Thank you so much, Gaurang.
Thank you very much.
It was a pleasure having you here.
Aparna, thank you very much for having me. It was a pleasure interacting with you.
Our pleasure too. So do keep watching, do subscribe to our channel. Until our next episode, take care.